Welcome students for online classes. Today we'll continue with the chapter 6 under Indian economy, rural development. In the earlier session we studied about the diversity of the productive activities. So what kind of productive activities? Maybe the horticulture, fisheries, animal husbandry, all these things other than the agriculture. So in this session we'll study about sustainable development and the organic farming. Firstly, sustainable development. So what is sustainable development? It refers to the development of present generation without harming the future generation. So what it means? It means I will be explaining you with the help of example. Maybe the example might be the water or the electricity. So what do we normally do? We might switch on the TV, we might switch on the lights or fans, and we roam around in our houses, or we go out to play, or we go out for shopping by keeping all these electrical appliances on. So at this point of time, what will happen? It is a wastage of resources. So what it tells, the development of present generation without harming the future generation. Now if we consume everything, what happens to the future generation? There will be only limited percentage of the resources left behind to our further generation. So because of this, what is necessary, whenever you switch on any water, or whenever you see any kind of water flowing in the public places also, you just turn it off, so that the water or any kind of electricity could be consumed in the future prospects. That is known as sustainable development. The next thing is about organic farming. The farming which is done with the usage of organic manure, maybe like the cow dung or any kind of peels of vegetables, all these things, bio-fertilizers, with the view to restore, maintain and enhance ecological balance, is called as organic farming. Ecological balance in the sense, maybe because of lots of pollution, what is happening, it is the air is being polluted, and even it is very difficult for the people to live. So all these things, even the balance of the ecological thing can also be maintained with the help of what? Organic farming. So because of the organic farming, there will be nutritious food, there will be healthy food without the usage of chemicals. So this is known as organic farming. So let's know what are the benefits of organic farming. First one, production of healthy and nutritious food. In comparison to the chemical farming, organic farming provides healthy food with the nutritious value. So how will you get the healthy and the nutritious food grains? Maybe because of using the healthy, or not using any kind of chemical seeds or chemical fertilizers, pesticides. In spite of that, what can we use? We can use the organic seeds which is done in your home, and even the cow dung which can be used as a manure. All these things can be used to get for the production of healthy and the nutritious food grain. The next thing, reduces soil erosion and water contamination. So organic farming increases the biodiversity and sustain and enhance the health of ecosystem and eco-organisms. So see, not only the human beings, even what happens when we start using organic farming, when we start keeping the society or the ecological thing into our mind, we should stop, or we should avoid using plastics, so which is even harmful for the society, which is because of that the air will be polluted, because of that the animals, if they eat, it will be not digested. So all these things can be kept in mind. So reduction in soil erosion. What happens when we start farming more and more? Because of the grip of the roots, what happens, the soil will not be eroded, the layer, the fertility of the soil will be very strong, so that there will be no soil erosion happening in that particular area. So because of this also, organic farming plays a major or the important role. Next thing, more demand for organic products. So what happens when the farmer starts producing the organic, when any kind of people in the economy gets to know that it is organic products, maybe like the vegetables, the fruits, any kind of things, at this point of time, what will they they will buy more, they will buy in bulk. Maybe normally any person goes to buy a tomato of 1 kg. Once he gets to know that it is the it is done with the help of organic farming, what will he do? He might purchase for 2 kgs or 3 kgs so that he can preserve it and use it for the further days. So it is not only in our domestic area, even in the international markets. What happens, even the exports could be made for the organic farming. Say any kinds of face packs, any kinds of oil, all these things can be made with the help of organic farming, which increases the income level of the farmers. So what happens, normally when major exports happens in our economy, more and more money will come to our economy as well. So because of this, there will be a major increase in the income level of the farmers. Next thing, a good returns comes from organic farming. Good returns in the sense, maybe in kind of a gratitude and even in a kind of the income. So what happens, as the products are eco-friendly, so say for example, the no, avoiding the usage of what, avoiding the usage of the plastics or any kind of plastic related products. So by this, what happens, even if you throw any paper bags, even if you throw any kind of cloth bags, it will be not very much harmful for our society, and it even generates the income for the for our economical process. Say even for the farmers and even for anybody who produce any kinds of organic things or products, what will happen, normally when you start exporting, the money will automatically come to you in return. And the products are not only used locally, it is even used globally. So majority of the people will be willing to use the organic products, and it can even be the cheaper products. Why cheaper products? Because we are not purchasing any kinds of seeds, we are not purchasing any kinds of manure, we are not purchasing any kind of pesticides, fertilizers. In spite of that, we are doing all the necessary things in our home. So even the products can be sold at the cheaper rate, so that we can receive, that the end customers can receive at the cheaper rated products. When the cheaper rated products arises or starts in the market, what happens at this point of time, the consumers automatically tend to buy that particular product, and which results in the good investment. When you put at only a certain percentage of the money, so you might get a double of the money based on that particular investment, so you will be in a profit area. So the next thing, maintaining environmental health. So the optimum or the maximum usage or the utilization of the resources for a short term benefits, which will be very much useful or which is very much helpful for the health care of a particular individual, where we can even maintain the surrounding and we can even maintain our self health. So what was sustainable development, which where we even see through the future generation with the current generation, we can even do all these necessary things, we can even teach our children, maybe our relatives, maybe our students, about the organic farming. So it even improves the quality of life, beneficial for improving the quality of life to the people by increasing the longevity of life. So what happens when you have the organic food, or nutritious food, as we see our grandparents itself? Now what are we doing? We are eating junk, we are eating burgers, we are eating pizzas, we are eating KFCs. So because of the junk food, because of excess of ajinomoto of consuming, what is happening, the lifespan or the life expectancy of the people is being decreasing. So that is one of the major thing of the organic farming, where it increases the life expectancy of a particular individual, which even improves the quality of life. So the limitations of organic farming: inadequate infrastructure. So what happens, majorly the people who do organic farming will be from the rural area. So what happens at this point of time, there will be in rural areas, what happens, there will be no proper roads, there will be no proper transportation, there will be no proper storage facility, maybe irrigation facility. So because of this also, the organic farming has a major limitation. Next thing, problems in marketing. So what happens, the farmers will not be knowing the market information, so that he might sell his products in a cheaper rate. So at this point of time, what happens to the farmers, he might face a major difficulty. The next thing is absence of appropriate agricultural policy. Yes, the agricultural policy in the sense the promotion of the organic farming. Promotion in the sense what the people might think, even the chemical tomato looks similar to the organic tomato. So what happens at this point of time, even if you tell that it's organic tomato, the consumers might not be convincible to purchase that particular product. So that is also one of the major thing under the agricultural policy. Lastly, less yield compared to the normal yield. So when we use the chemical fertilizers, pesticides and the HYB seeds, all these, what happens for the excess production, for the excess cultivation. But what happens when we start doing the organic farming, we will be having only limited products in the sense we will be having only limited seeds, only limited manure, and even only limited percentage of the land will be used. The leftover land will be unused. So at this point of time also, the yield or the result or any kind of crops will not be so much when we compare to the normal yield which is used for the chemical process. Okay, so these are the limitations of organic farming. So the assignment part, what do you mean by sustainable development, what is organic farming, list out the benefits and the limitations. So by this we have come to the end of the chapter. So what did we study in this chapter? The key issues or the problems of the rural development. So after to this, we studied how the rural credit is been given, agricultural marketing system to be done, and lastly sustainable development and organic farming. The weightage of the marks. The chapter rural development, totally it is of 7 marks. Segregation of the marks is made like 1 mark, 2 mark and 4 mark questions, which will be of each one question. Thank you, students.